Hi guys, it's Jania and welcome to my channel. So I apologize if my pump is too loud. I'm trying to find the spot for it, but I'm actually of course still using it right now. So if you hear it, I don't think you can hear it anymore. Okay, so today I am sitting here editing the video about this video is about our experience after we had True. We had him, and then he was in the Nicu for a few days, and so we kind of talk about our experience with this. So this video is, I mean, it's not like a video that should make you cry or anything, but I'm just putting a trigger warning. We're talking about babies in the NICU. I had True, and via C-section. I actually went into labor that morning. So as I'm waiting, I was in labor, and I was like, dang, I really was hoping that, like, you know, I wouldn't have to be in labor. So I labored as I was waiting for them to finish the surgery for somebody else. Then it was my turn. Then out of nowhere, you know, the baby came up, and I think they showed me his face for a little bit, and then they straight like took him to the NICU, and I was just sitting there. I was like, well, I mean, is he okay? Like, I don't hear him crying or anything like that. So it turns out he had fluid in his lungs, and like oxygen saturation was off or low. Like, I don't remember the term for this, because I tried to push this stuff back in the back of my head, but I was like, dang, I have this footage and I should kind of let them, you know, see it. So for me, the struggle was not being with the baby immediately, so not nursing immediately, which for me is a big deal, and not, like I said, not being with him. So I had him, and then, you know, Sharif was wondering if he should stay with me or go with the baby. I said just go with the baby, because I had enough doctors that I felt like I'd be okay. The thought never crossed my mind of us having to split up, you know. So I'm glad Sharif asked, because I would have, I don't know, you know. But he went with the baby, and I stayed, you know, there on the table. And it was like cold when everybody left, because most of the room left. And they showed me him. They let him come by me, and I was able like to feel his skin on my cheek. I couldn't hold him and nurse him or anything like that, because well, Sharif got cut cord. But I couldn't nurse him or anything like that. They were really quick with, like, you know, in and out, like, here's baby, look at him, okay, we have to go. They cut his cord, we have to go. So they left, went to NICU, and I was just still laying there, because there were no updates for me, you know. I mean, I heard him cry a little bit, so I knew he was, like, you know, very much alive, you know, but I just didn't know what was going on. So after my surgery, I had to wait in, like, the recovery area for like 2 hours, and I still didn't see, or no, it was like an hour and a half till I seen Sharif or had an update, because the nurses that were with me had no idea, and they were like, we're gonna see, and then no one came, and it was like so chaotic. I was like, okay, something happened to the baby, that's why Sharif isn't here, nobody wants to tell me what happened, and I've had a healthy pregnancy, I have no idea what's going on. So you know, I guess come to find out, it just took longer because he had to put him on like these machines. But he had like all, he had like so many tubes and stuff on him. When I first seen him for the first time, I was so nervous, you know, like what is going on? Like, what is, you know, I had no idea what was going on. His little feet, like his little hand had IV, like it was just so much going on. And then, you know, them trying to explain to me what was going on, it just took them a while. Sharif was able to come first, and then I was so anxious to be able to see the baby. When I seen him, like I told you guys, that's how he looked. And then the struggle for me was every so many minutes, like, I mean, okay, so they were like, okay, every 2 hours you can come down here and nurse him. Well, I had just had a C-section too, and then they can't bring him out of the NICU to see me, and then we have COVID too, so there was like nobody there but Sharif and I, and so we have to, oh, and then at some point they're like, okay, if you want to start pumping some to stimulate, because I was like, I need to do something, right? Because this time my breast milk didn't come naturally with, you know, right after I have the baby. I usually never have a problem. This was my third C-section. I never have a problem producing milk to start nursing. But I think it's because he wasn't with me immediately, which is what the part that took my milk a long time. We didn't have that early initial latch or anything like that. So they were like, okay, here's a pump, start using this. And I was really weary of a pump. Like, I don't want to use a pump, but I mean, my baby's in NICU, I don't have a choice, right? Go visit the baby. The hospital's closed, right? Because it's COVID, so it's really not much like all the regular shortcuts and all that weren't open. So Sharif would have to, and the nurses, mostly Sharif, because, you know, until he got the hang of it, they'd help him. But he got the hang of it because we had to go every 2 hours. So Sharif would put me in a wheelchair and he'd wheel me to the other side of the hospital where the NICU is, get through all of the areas, and then they'd have me in my wheelchair, and then they'd get me from my wheelchair to like the rocking chair or whatever with pillows around me to Nurse True. And I'll insert that video here. And so nursing True was really hard because, you know, he had all these cords and I was nervous, and and he was the biggest baby I've ever had, you know, and so it was just so much going on. I was just terrified, you know, like the NICU is different. It really is. It's different, but they have really nice staff members that are there really to take care of these little babies that can't take care of themselves at all. But they told me to come down. We'd sit down. He'd get me out the wheelchair, put me in the chair, put the baby on me. I'd try to nurse him on each side for about 15-20 minutes, but he was so tired. He really wasn't awake long enough to do it. So most of the time I'm just like smelling him, letting him smell me, you know, having him near my breast so that he knows, you know, kind of what to do when he's able to and everything. And then they put me back in the wheelchair. Sharif will wheel me back to the other side of the hospital. Then I'd be connected to a pump. And I'll sit at that pump for like 15-20 minutes. I think it was like 20 minutes at that time. And then only get like a drop of milk. Wipe it with the Q-tip or whatever, even like whatever was left in the flange here. So we'd wipe it with a Q-tip and then save it so that, and then we get that sent to the NICU, you know, put it around him so he can kind of suck on it or whatever to get some of the like milk or the colostrum, because that's all I had was just a few little drips, but it didn't matter because he's not like he could really eat anyway, you know, at that time. So every little drop literally was helping. But it was exhausting. So by the time we came, like I said, came back, did the pump thing for 20 minutes, and then washed the pump parts out because they didn't have like a fridge accessible or whatever. So I had to wash the parts out every right after, or Sharif would wash it out. And then by the time it seemed like we lay down, then here comes, you know, the nurse to do like meds or check because I had a hemorrhage as well. By the time we lay down, it'd be like, okay, we got 30 minutes, lay down, go to sleep. 30 minutes pass. Okay, get up, do it again. Get me in a wheelchair, wheel me there, come, you know, sit there for 20 minutes to feed him, and then you want to hold him a little bit, and then we come back, and then pump, wash parts out. The nurse is here. I got to go to the bathroom. Okay, go to sleep, 30 minutes, do the whole thing over again. Like, that was our entire day for, like, I feel like a couple days, and it was exhausting. I passed out because I was exhausted. I didn't get any sleep. I'm doing all this moving. It was a lot for my body. I passed out. But so a lot. I was able to go home. True was able to come home with us. And then you'll see this video right here. This video right here is us after a few days or a couple days of not having any sleep. Just kind of, I was annoyed with Sharif. He was being goofy because he's tired, but this was our initial experience as we're waiting on True to come to us for the first time. We're just babbling here. It was a journey, seriously. But I don't know. So here you guys go. You can watch this, and then I'll insert some pictures at the end. But this was our hospital experience. It's so different than my last, don't you think? About what?
About going out tomorrow night. You sitting in your own bed. Me fetching you water.
Yeah. Hold the phone.
Bagging it up.
So, how do you feel about our time being NICU parents?
It was a great experience. Mommy did really good. I think we had a really good NICU nurse team. They're all very caring.
You can't tell a story, man, without yawning. Come on.
I mean, it was different. I mean, I've never had a NICU baby before, been without the baby. I honestly, for the first night, you know, kind of got to know him a little bit because we got to go down there like every 2 to 3 hours or whatever. You know, I kind of got some Z's though, not gonna lie. I got to sleep a little bit. Mommy didn't, but I did. So when baby comes up here in like the next 20 minutes, whoop whoop.
Oh goodness, we're supposed to be talking about what struggles we had as NICU parents.
We're gonna rewind. We'll do some editing. The real is, it's challenging, it's emotional, it's hard, especially because they don't go to the NICU because they're fine.
And we need a break.
Or anything like that. They go to the NICU because they're having complications, whether it's breathing or, you know, activity level or, you know, heart stuff or whatever. Whatever the reason is, you not being able to be with your baby is hard. And leaving your partner. I asked Jania, she was still in the OR, getting stitched up from the C-section, and I asked her if she wanted me to stay with her or stay with the baby. You know, that's not an easy choice to just choose between your baby, your brand new baby who's never been in the world before, and the woman you love, you know, forever and ever. So I didn't have to make a choice. I let her make a choice. I'm glad she was conscious and able to make that decision. So right? I did go with the baby. And I'm off the hook, so I don't get in trouble making the wrong choice. So there's that. How do you feel?
I feel like, yeah, that was the best option. The best option was to have you go to the NICU because I didn't even know what was going on. Like, I had no idea. Only thing I remember is he came up and I kept asking, was I saying it out loud or was I just thinking, why isn't he crying?
You said it out loud a couple times.
Okay, yeah. He wasn't crying enough for me. So when...
But we did hear him a couple times.
Yeah, but not enough.
No, you know? Not like crying. It was like a... Jinx, you owe me $100 grand.
Anyway, you know, we didn't hear him crying enough. And so then they were doing all this stuff behind me and I'm getting a C-section and they put the, you know, drape back up. I didn't even know what was going on. So to me, I needed someone to be able to be there to tell me what happened and it's going to be honest and going to pay attention to whatever is happening. So Daddy had to go. It was hard for me though. I felt lonely. I started crying because no one was there. Like half of the OR left with them. So I didn't have anyone sitting there with me. So my gentle C-section that was so calm and peaceful turned into something bad because I didn't know if my son was going to make it. No one was there to tell me anything, you know? NICU teams move fast as hell. They really do.
Can I have to edit that out?
No.
I swear.
No, I don't have to edit that.
It's not allowed.
Huh? They move fast. Like, they came in and... I don't know. Do you not feel like the whole thing moved fast?
It did.
Like, 1 minute they were there. They were talking. They introduced me to the baby with stuff all, like, in the nose and in the mouth tubes. And I was like, what is going on? Enter picture here. And then they just straight asked if he should go. And I was like, yeah. I feel like I made the right decision by having you go with the baby. What else?
I think that's it. They did a good job of communicating with us. I like that. They called when, you know, he was moving. We didn't hear when he came off the CPAP. I just happened to be down there and they told us, which was a good surprise. I was like, oh, snap. Whose baby is this? I can totally see your face, little man.
Yeah.
So that was a really cool surprise. I don't know if they're trying to surprise me or not, but that was awesome.
By the way, the way that he says things, he told me like, yeah, because he's on that machine. I said, what machine?
I didn't say that.
I said,
she said,
you know,
the one that old people wear?
No.
I was like,
no. He told
that's
me.
That's for people with, you know, COPD, you know, technical terms like that and stuff. You know, I'm all nursing and stuff. And she didn't get it. She was like, oh, you know, people that's like all old and dying and stuff. And I was all like, She was like, with like agonal breathing. I was like,
Okay,
nah,
first of all, he's
nah.
lying. He was like, the machine old people have. And I was like, what machine does
Who
old
you
people
gonna believe?
have?
The person that uses
CPAP.
agonal or the person that doesn't know
What agonal is.
means?
First of all, you told me the one that old people have. And I was like, you the one that have, no, what did I actually give you the example and say? Huh? Stop. Which one? I said they have, what's that, sleep
apnea?
Sleep apnea. That's exactly what I
didn't say
said.
apnea.
Yes, I did.
You don't even know what apnea means.
Come on.
What apnea mean?
It's like you fall asleep.
It's like what?
You fall asleep at random times. Or you don't breathe in your sleep. Yeah. So that's why you need the oxygen while you're sleeping.
You're on to something.
Anyway, what do we want to talk about though? Do we want to talk about
greens, beans, potatoes, tomatoes?
Why do you keep being so silly? And this is like a real video.
You made it.
You give me more work to edit. So basically, when they took him to the NICU, what did you do?
Went with, first thing I wanted to do is get his lungs suction, put him on the CPAP. Then they needed, the MP wanted to get labs, either venous blood or arterial oxygen, one of the two. She preferred arterial, but he was a hard stick. He was a chunk, so the red light to kind of help find the veins, which was awesome and kind of scary at the same time on a baby. The little veins are like
tiny.
Yeah, you blow one of those things quick. They
like
ended up sticking them 4 times trying to get blood. I was like,
oh my God.
Put a foot, AC, hand, not hand, but hand, a baby hand. I was like, wow, that's, yeah.
Oh my God, that is where his IV is.
Yeah, it is.
Oh my God.
It's crazy. A baby hand. A baby hand. And they're like, yeah, scalp. You can't even see. He's got hair. You can't see it. So I'm glad that they didn't. Getting my double chin.
Are you trying to be funny?
No.
Was that
it's a little?
I just had a baby.
There's a little something right here. Me too. You know what I'm saying? To get the man's.
Oh, it's 4 and 5, 6, 7, 30 hours ago.
Me too. So I'm trying to.
Almost 30 hours ago. Anyway, come on. Tell the story.
But
wait, they went to put the IV in his head?
That was an option. He could have been bald. They found the site, got the blood. It took forever. They had to turn the lights off in the ICU. Special treatment.
Wait, he went to the ICU?
In ICU.
Oh, right.
Anyways, they did all that stuff, and he was pretty stable. Hooked him up to TPN or whatever, and that was pretty much it. I stayed with him it took a long time to actually get the blood in the labs and stuff. They had him on the CPAP. Yeah, I mean, his O2 sats were pretty good, and they were just kind of weaning him from the CPAP, which it all worked out.
I feel like he was on the CPAP for a lot of hours.
Yeah, he was on that he was born at 10:14, and then he came off at 3 o'clock. So, I mean, he wasn't on it right away, but he was probably on it from 11 to 3 o'clock. So, was that 4 hours?
But it felt like 8. I feel like the whole day moved so slow.
It's crazy.
It just, right? Do you not feel that way?
4 o'clock. Where is he?
Oh, Sharif, they said, they did say by 4, huh?
Yeah, he needs to eat.
So we're waiting on him now. So now we get to have him back with us, or with us for the first time. This is why I don't record shit with you, because you be doing too much. Oh, there you go.
Hello. Hey. Yes. All right, we'll be ready for him. Thank you. You on that way? Wanna lean on me?
What they say?
Wanna lean on me?
What they say?
We're about to bring him out. He's ready to eat. I think that was him in the background.
Oh, you heard
He didn't
me?
sound happy.
My mom met us home, and then she set up the diaper cart, and she doesn't set up nothing, y'all. We were happy. Who's that? Baby? You putting baby Patsy in his mouth? Well, we missed the mouth this time. Give me beans. Let mommy see.